Welcome to Talents Boutique, your e-commerce recruiting partner. Today, we want to talk about something really important, reviewing test assignments during interviews. We see this happen all the time. A candidate submits a well-done test task, but the client either doesn't review it at all or does so very briefly. Why does this happen? Usually because there's just not enough time. Or the client thinks, well, it looks fine, no red flags. But this kind of surface-level approach carries risks that might not be obvious right away and could lead to replacing the hire just 1 to 2 months later. Here's the core issue. A good test assignment on its own is not a guarantee. Someone else might have done the work. The candidate could have had help. They might have memorized standard answers, but not truly understand how to solve real problems. They might follow a familiar template but struggle to adapt when things change even slightly. And you'll never know unless you actually discuss the test task during the interview. Reviewing a test task isn't a formality, it's a tool. It helps you to understand how the candidate thinks, see why they made certain choices, confirm whether they did the work themselves, assess their depth of knowledge, see how well they can adapt to your specific needs, not just follow generic instructions. Some real examples. An Amazon PPC specialist creates a campaign that looks good at first glance. But why those keywords? Why that structure? Do they understand your audience, or are they just copying someone else's template? A brand manager suggests a new positioning strategy. Is it relevant to your product and market? Or does it just sound nice? A graphic designer sends a beautiful banner, but does it actually fit your brand guidelines? Can they adapt their style? An e-commerce manager lists optimization ideas. But why these ones? Do they see your business as a whole, or are they offering standard advice? An analyst builds a report, but can they actually interpret the data? Do they see the story behind the numbers? You'll only get those answers through a real conversation. Otherwise, you're judging the wrapper, not what's inside. And here's the bonus. Reviewing the test task helps the candidate too. They get a better feel for how you make decisions, what matters to you, and what standards you hold. It's a great moment for alignment. It's also the perfect time to evaluate soft skills. Can they defend their ideas with logic and clarity? How do they respond to follow-up questions? Are they flexible, or do they get flustered? Are they engaged and invested in the results? How do they handle feedback? Unfortunately, we sometimes hear, just send us someone good, we don't have time. But a few months later, it's this candidate isn't working out. And the issue isn't with the recruiter or the candidate. It's that there was no real technical discussion up front. The test task wasn't reviewed, or was done just to check a box. So, what should you do? Simple. Make test task reviews a standard part of your interview. Even just 15 minutes can save you weeks down the road. Here are a few great questions to ask. Why did you do it this way? What makes you confident in this solution? What alternatives did you consider? What do these numbers mean? How would you approach a similar but more complex task? These questions help you see the real person behind the work, their logic, their thinking, their strengths and areas for growth. Remember, the test task isn't the goal. It's a tool to help you make the right hiring decision. Use it to the fullest. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, we're always here to support you at every step of the hiring process.